Digitalization, it's all around us. But how does working digitally together affect projects and project management? Currently, a variety of heterogeneous data feeds into our decisions. In project work, data create pieces of information that inform our knowledge about the world, making decisions more important and more prolific. Projects and information have an interesting relationship. Information is embedded in different aspects of projects, such as contracts, design drawings, stakeholder agreements, risk information, cost information, and more. Managing information is key to managing projects, especially as projects become increasingly complex, making the information massive and challenging to manage. But first, let's define some key terms. I refer here to Ackoff's DIK pyramid, or Data Information Knowledge Pyramid, to show the relationship between these concepts. Sometimes we use data and information interchangeably, particularly in the information communication and technology, ACT domains, and software engineering domains. However, in other sectors, such as construction, data are small pieces of potentially relevant and meaningful information with limited significance on their own. Think about an Excel spreadsheet with different costs for materials from different suppliers. We have a lot of data, but how do we turn this data into information? Information has a higher level of meaning. It is processed data that can be coded, transmitted, decoded, and interpreted by different people. With experience and accumulated information, we gain knowledge, making decision-making faster and more efficient. Different digital tools affect how projects are designed, delivered, and operated. For instance, building information models, or BIM, in construction, help monitor information across different life cycle stages. In industries such as construction, oil and gas, healthcare, and financial services, digital twins also become increasingly relevant. Digital twins are virtual replicas or representations of real-world physical entities and processes that are synchronized at a specific frequency and fidelity and can be used to model different scenarios. Now, I've implied a bit about the relationship between project lifecycle stages and the digital tools we use to manage information. If you search online, you might find some figures that show digital tools at the center of all project lifecycle stages, from initiation to operation. However, this representation is grossly misleading. We are still at the early stages of successfully integrating information systems and digital tools into our project work. In reality, we have different teams, such as the client team, the construction team, design team, who are all exchanging information through both physical and digital means. This implies that we don't have a fully digital way of working together, nor that we can be entirely analog in our ways. We have instead a hybrid way of working together, combining physical documents, diagrams, plans, drawings, contracts, a lot of face-to-face exchanges with digital models, with digital twins, with electronic communication, with spreadsheets and online meetings. Therefore, we are moving beyond digitization, which is the exact transfer of analog information to binary information, and we're moving towards digitalization. Note that these two terms, digitization and digitalization, they're not the same. Digitalization is a process-related view involving people and how they transfer messages and information. Increasingly, we understand digital technologies as more than just technologies. The socio-technical view helps us to understand how people interact with information and technology. This also relates to the socio-technical view of digitalization in project work. The socio-technical view has its core the idea that the design and performance of any organizational system, such as a project team or an organization, they can only understood and be improved if both the social and the technical aspects they're brought together and treated as interdependent parts of a complex system. On one hand side, if we ignore the social aspect, then we are following the technological determinism paradigm that is reductionist, and argues that technology or technological advances, they are the driving forces of social change. On the other hand side, if we ignore the technical aspect, then we ignore a key component of progress and change. Instead, the two, the social and the technical, they help each other through mutual constitution. Projects are amidst a digital transition. We have a lot of new data talent that is entering the project market and affecting project delivery. We see an overlap between digital immigrants who adopted digital technologies later in their lives and digital natives who have been immersed in digital tools from the start of their lives. These two terms of digital immigrants and digital natives were coined by Mark Prensky. These groups, of course, they're not a clean black and white cut, but instead they reveal two important ends of the spectrum. Digital immigrants and digital natives interact, learn from each other, bring different ways of learning, working, and interacting in the workplace. More research is needed to understand how to integrate these groups better. In our studies, we have established how digital competencies can also help with developing project competencies and bring project success, and vice versa. New technologies, such as artificial intelligence or AI, are challenging our understanding, conceptualization, design, delivery, and operation of projects. Some people feel that human-like robots are coming to take our jobs, but the truth is far from that and more nuanced. Yes, professions will be impacted, but tools such as generative AI and ChatGPT can support rather than replace project professionals in their work. While they might not fully replace project managers, these tools become increasingly important to communicating effectively with machines through prompt engineering. People are becoming even more important, especially with digital technologies. Innovation brokers or innovation champions, also called boundary spanners in different theoretical fields, they are key figures that are sharing knowledge about digital ways in project teams. These champions, they can help negotiation and they can create new ways of working with digital tools. They can mediate different interpretations of the technology among their co-workers and support collaboration by creating synergies. These players help with the transition from the traditional to digital ways of working together. In conclusion, managing information is key to managing projects. Data is foundational for eliciting information and deriving meaning. Information also is essential for communicating and collaborating, co-creating value with others. Working with digital tools in project environments, it's an iterative process that requires coordination between humans and technology. Digital technologies are not quick fixes, but instead they are decision support tools requiring the alignment of people and technical skills.